Welcome to TalkAboutTopeka.com. I'm Chris Schultz. On this episode, we're going to be talking with Brady Hight. He's one of the owners of Legacy Motor Company. This episode's brought to you by the WIBW channels and Field of Greens, downtown's best spot for soups, salads, and sandwiches, of course, according to me. This episode starts right now. Well, I'm here in the studio with Brady Hight. He's one of the owners of Legacy Motor Company. How you doing, Brady?
Doing good. How are you doing,
Yeah,
Chris?
good. Thanks for coming by the show and talking about it here today. You're actually the first automotive company we've had on the show, and so we definitely want to be able to get that perspective here. Tell us a little bit about Legacy and how you guys got started.
Yeah, well, Legacy started with a dream. We had over 65 years in the business. We started back in 2005. We all came from a big franchise here in Topeka, and just decided there was a better way of selling cars. So we just had a dream of going out on our own and just doing our thing. And basically how that came about is we just found a location in North Topeka and got it started in May of '05. And we decided we wanted a supplemental location. So in August, we opened up a location at Fairlawn, 701 Southwest Fairlawn, and we just got right into it, got right into the fire, and we kind of all knew the car business pretty well, but we decided we wanted a softer sale. We didn't, we came from a big franchise where you were taught to push, and that kind of wore on you after a while, and so we decided we wanted a softer sale approach. We wanted to treat people the way that we'd want to be treated if we were out shopping for a car, and
Sure.
And that came with not being intimidating and wearing suits and ties, and we just dressed casual like the customer coming onto our lot, and just wanted to make them feel at ease. So
Absolutely. Well, it's a great concept. I mean, people need to buy cars. It's one of those things people typically say, oh, I have to buy a car. And then you get excited about going and looking at cars. But, it's something that traditionally has been very difficult for people to do. And I know I bought a car from you guys several years ago. I think it was like right after you'd opened, and it was just, I saw that difference. Yeah. It wasn't, it was kind of like, yeah, take it out for a spin, and if you like it, come on back and do. I mean, it was very nice, and I appreciated that. So you're definitely onto something there, and I think proof is in the pudding because you've been there for 8 years.
8 years,
yeah. So tell us a little bit about, in the 8 years, we know that the market's definitely changed, especially for automobiles. What's it been like here in Topeka for the auto business?
It's definitely comes with its ups and downs, but one thing, when you've been doing it as long as we've been doing it, we've learned to adjust, and we've kind of learned what works and what doesn't work. And with that, the cash for clunkers, in 08, 09, when Obama had, the used cars, they were destroying a lot of used cars, and that made it tougher buying cars at the auction. And we've had to kind of adjust our thinking to the kind of vehicles that work for us and work for our customer. And so we adjusted, and we've done really well, and I think it's why we've survived the tough times, and now we're starting to see the turn again, and I think the used car market is on the rise again. And but we don't do a lot of advertising. I think a lot of people know about us, and they know what we're about. And with that being said, word of mouth has been huge in Topeka. So I want to thank all of our customers out there who always keep us in mind when they're in the market for a car, and that's I think that's the secret to surviving this time. So
Absolutely, people like people that treat them like people, don't they?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I don't know. So also tell us about how maybe technology has changed. I know the first thing people do when they're looking for a car, they go online and start looking for cars. It's not like do people still show up on the lot and saying, I just want a car, what do you have? Or do they say, I want this specific car here, this is what I'm looking for?
Well, that's a great question, Chris, because I tell you, it has gotten very competitive, and we're a bunch of old school partners, so we've had to learn the social media, and we've had to learn Facebook and the internet and how it works. And I tell you, in the last 3 years, we've come a long ways with the internet, and we probably do a third of our business on the internet now. So yeah, to answer your question, do customers still come on the lot? Sure, we still have a lot of repeat referral business, but we're getting a lot of customers from outside of our region. I mean, we've sold people from all the way from Canada to Seattle to Philadelphia. So, the internet's huge, and I think if you got the right vehicle and you got it priced right, and the people will come and get it. And so that's been huge, and thank goodness for the internet, because that's probably another reason why we've survived the market. So, yeah.
What about some tips for folks who are looking for cars? Maybe their kids growing up and they're getting their first car. What's some tips? What should people be looking for? How should they be shopping for this vehicle?
If you go on and look at our inventory, we've really started directing our focus on imports. The Hondas, Toyotas, Nissan. When you've been doing this 8 years on your own and you're buying cars at the auction week in and week out, a lot of times we're going 2-3 days a week to the auction. You learn really quickly the cars that work and the cars that you have problems with and the cars that you don't. And I tell people now, if you see it on our lot, we've probably had good luck with that particular car. If you don't see it, there's a good chance that we probably haven't had good luck with it. So, if I had a kid coming out and buying a car, gosh, you just can't go wrong with a Honda, Toyota, Nissan product. Those cars just run forever. And they're very low maintenance. And, with us, we also have a service facility. So we work on people's cars, not only the people that we sell to, but also our personal cars. And with that being said, we also do a lot of locating. So if a customer's looking for a particular vehicle, we have the means of going to the auction and finding exactly what they want. We don't have the overhead like a big lot does.
Sure.
So our pricing's always going to be better. Our service is going to be better. And you're just going to get a better experience with the Legacy Motor Company. So.
Yeah. And who wants to buy from a guy in a suit anyway?
Thinking the same thing. I think when it's 100 degrees
I wouldn't
outside.
trust him, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I can't imagine being in a suit and tie when it's 100 outside, but I don't miss those days.
Only in air-conditioned studios for me.
Exactly. I come to work and everybody asks me, hey, are you going golfing today? Because that's my golf attire every day. And so, no, I'm not golfing. I'm working. So, yeah.
Well, very good. So tell us how folks can get in touch with you guys. You got a website? What's that?
We do. The best way to get in touch with us is the Legacy Motor Company. It's actually legacymotorstopeka.com is our official website. You'll find that there's 25 pictures of every car online. There's also a video, so it's almost like coming to the lot and not being there, and you can walk around and just do a 3D virtual tour of that particular vehicle, inside, outside. Mm-hmm. And so you can do a lot of product knowledge on our website before you even come in and see us. And then, of course, our numbers and on there, and we're really easy to get a hold of. We have our email address on there too. So email us, call us, get online, but definitely do your research and find out what you want, and we'll help you. So.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are around, making the decision a little bit easier for folks who have to buy a car. I mean, it's something we all got to do, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I definitely wish you all the best of luck and with everything you guys have been doing. And congratulations. 8 years is quite, you've already made it past the hump that most people...
Yeah, exactly. It's went by fast, and hopefully we'll be here for a long time to come. So.
Absolutely. Well, I can't let you go until we do the notorious lightning round.
All right.
That's where I ask you some of those silly personality questions you might hear in an interview. See where we end up at. All right. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock and go. If you could bring a dead celebrity back to life and ask them one question, who would it be and what would you ask?
I think I'd probably ask John Wayne. And I'd probably ask him, how he put up with half the stuff he put up with back then. I'm a big Western guru guy, so yeah.
This is a perfect question for you. If you were a car, what kind of car would you be?
I'd probably be like my son. He loves Ferraris, and I have a need for speed, so I'd probably be a Ferrari.
You can't go wrong with a Ferrari.
You cannot go wrong with a Ferrari, no.
Let's see, if you took a weekend staycation in Topeka, what would you do?
Oh, gosh, you know what? I enjoy spending time at home. I enjoy spending time with my son, but, if I was here, I'd probably find a nice little bed and breakfast place here that I've never visited and try something different and maybe try a small mom and pop restaurant that I've never eaten at and try that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And what was your first job?
My first job was I was a manager for Foot Locker. I sold retail shoes.
All right.
So.
And our time is up now, but one final question. What's your favorite television show to watch every Tuesday night at 9:30 on my TV?
Talk about Topeka.
Hey, there we go. Hey, Brady, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris.
Hey, good luck. Good luck. We'll come down and see you next time we need a car.
Hey, sounds great. I appreciate it.